Hey, it's Jaya, and I am back at home, and I am using natural lighting against my will. So my whole area lost power and has been without power for like 3 days. So yeah, what a great way to start off my spring break, huh? But before I left for spring break, I did happen to watch Voltron Season 5. So I'm kind of here to do a review on Season 5 as I promised. So Season 5 has been by far one of the best seasons in my opinion. There were of course a few things I personally disliked about it, but I did like it overall and I think it was a really good season. But before I get into all the information on the season, I just want to warn you that this is definitely not a spoiler-free review. So please, if you haven't watched the season and you don't want to see spoilers, close out of this video right now and come back to it when you're done with the show. So my favorite part of the season, by far, was the fact that Keith got to meet his mom. I mean, holy crow. And she's really pretty. Like, I can see why Keith is so beautiful, because like Crowlea is also gorgeous. One thing I kind of disliked from a character design perspective was that if Keith's mom is full Galra, then why does she look so humanoid? So I have the kind of theory that Keith's mom is also half Galra, which would explain a lot genetically why Keith doesn't have any Galra characteristics if he's only like an eighth Galra or a quarter Galra. But yeah, basically Crowlea and Keith's dad are both beautiful and have, as a result, birthed the most beautiful boy in the universe. And as a viewer, I hate, but as a film analyst, I love how they cut off the episode right when Keith was about to say mom. So I think that's good. It adds a lot of suspense, but as a person who hates suspense, it's like, ugh. But I want to see how Keith reacts, because he could be like, oh my god, mom, but he also could be like, where the fuck were you? And it can really go either way. The latter is more Keith-ish, but I really like to see it either way. I remember when we all thought Aksha was gonna be Keith's mom. That plays into my theory again as well, because Aksha was also half Galra, and they look vaguely similar. So another one of my favorite scenes was when Keith ultimately tried to screw up the whole mission, because he was on a mission to stop the new arraignment of a new emperor for the Galra Empire, and then Shiro and Lotor show up, and instead of blowing up the whole place, Keith is like, stop, Shiro's here, we can't hurt anyone. Because, you know, Sheath is real. My one complaint is that this is one of the only Sheath-like reactions we see this season, because honestly my biggest complaint about this season is that there's not nearly enough Keith. There aren't that many episodes that involve him, or at least not directly, and that kind of breaks my heart, because I used to be a Keith stan. I went from being like a Keith stan to a Hunk stan to a Hunk and Karen stan, and now I don't really stan any character, I just like them all. And I feel like everyone has been at least a little bit thirsty for Shiro and Lotor, and everyone has had to be a lot thirsty for Allura. If you don't have thirst for Allura at some point, you're not a real Voltron fan. I'm kidding. I also really like how this season started to delve more into the clone theory. Like with that one scene where they all use their Bayards, and then Shiro takes a while to show up, and it's like the real Shiro, not Corone, who is the one with them now. Because he's like, let's listen to me, like, he's asking for help, because wherever he is. And then when he gets back, he talks to Corone and says like, hey, what were you trying to say to me back there? And he's like, what? But then like, I feel so bad for Kuron, though, because he's just as much a victim of the Galra as the regular Shiro was. Like, he has all the same memories, and at that point he was essentially, if the theory is correct, crafted by the Galra to infiltrate the Paladins, which is the people he cares about the most. And he just doesn't feel like himself. He feels fake. He doesn't feel real because he's not the real Shiro, supposedly. And honestly, he's scared. And Shiro's supposed to be the big, strong leader type that's supposed to be fearless. And he can't even look Lance in the eye when he's questioning about it because he doesn't want to seem weak. And the only person who he's ever considered being weak around is not there when he needs him most. He needs Keith there, and Keith can't be there, and it's just so hard for him. I feel bad for Kuron. Even though he's not the real Shiro, he's still Shiro. And he's still a person, and he's still a victim of the Galra, just like anyone else. Just like the real Shiro. Just like Matt, just like Sam. Just like everyone affected by these horrible monsters. Another aspect of Season 5 that was really great was the fact that all the Holts got reunited. And one thing I dislike about it is that Pidge's signature character flaw came out again. Where she was willing to sacrifice everything to get her family back. Which is understandable, and that's kind of her fatal character flaw. But it just shows a regression in her development, and it's kind of annoying at this point. The fact that she was willing to trust Zarkon over Lotor at the slim chance she'd get her father back, when it's very obvious that Zarkon was gonna double cross them. But they do eventually get Sam back, and it's really nice and really touching. And my big question about Sam Holt is that if they went to great lengths to fix Matt's eyes so he could go into space, why didn't they do that for Sam? Because Sam still has his glasses, and like, how does he even keep his glasses in space? Like, it's so ridiculous. And after like 2 years in like space prison, do you think his prescription would have expired by now? The sad thing about the whole Holt reunion is that it was short-lived because Sam wanted to go back to Earth to warn the garrison. But my issue with that is Shiro also tried to warn the garrison, and they strapped him to a table trying to dissect him. Yeah, I personally believe the garrison is sketchy as fuck. Especially after Commander Holt was assumed dead, and it was announced to the public. They wouldn't just let him walk home to meet Colleen. They would probably have to keep him captive because, or even possibly kill him, because they can't show that they're covering up mistakes like that. So yeah, my heart is broken. So yeah, this is my kind of Season 5 review and discussion. But if you have anything you want to discuss, any opinions, anything, as long as you're civil, comment them below. I hope you like this video. I hope you subscribe. And yeah, I just hope you enjoyed Season 5 as much as I did. So yeah, I'll catch you later, my dudes. Bye.